Hello everybody, my name is kittycove, but in this video you'll more than likely be referring to me as Neoma because I'm not going to be putting on any form of persona for this video or doing any funny voices or making any jokes because this video is going to be more serious. Today I'm going to be talking about the drama with Liquid Sunshine Design and more specifically why it's relevant to me because it may initially seem like it's not really relevant to my channel other than, oh, I bought a pair of paws from them. But trust me, it's more relevant to me than you would think. So if you're just here for the laughs, then this is not the video for you. I promise my next upload will be returning to my usual format. But for the rest of you, here's what I have to say on that situation. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I don't know everything about what's been going on. I do know some things, but I don't know really any specifics like names or numbers or anything like that. I do know what Liquid Sunshine did, and I know what it's basically caused. So I'm just going to go with that. And of course, this video is going to be, well, the audio anyway, is going to be largely unedited. I will show things on screen if I think they're necessary, but largely this video is going to be recorded in one take because, I don't think editing, will help make my point. I feel like if I'm just honest and real with this, it's going to be a lot better because I really do want you guys to take this seriously. So first of all, I want to address something that was actually brought to my attention by Obel. Obel said basically, someone in my comments of the last video was saying that it looked like Liquid Sunshine used the Curlworks paw pattern, which if you don't know, it's a free puffy paw pattern, which is honestly really nice. I've used it myself in the past, and it's a really nice pattern. And this person basically said that LSD used that pattern and then never credited Curlworks, and they were like, oh, it looks the same, and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. But Obel said that she had actually used the pattern, and that if LSD did use that pattern, then my pair of paws from Obel and the paws from Liquid Sunshine would look identical, and I can actually prove that Liquid Sunshine didn't. Now, I'm not trying to say that it wasn't inspired by the Obel pattern or a modified version of it. I 100% believe that could be the case because I really wouldn't put it past them, but yeah, they really don't look anything similar. You compare the stitching and the complexity of the pattern and the overall shape, the Liquid Sunshine fingers are much more round, and you get the idea. They do look different. They look very similar, I'll admit, but they do look different. And that's mostly because a lot of toony puffy paws like these generally look very similar. Sometimes you get some different ones, like What's Up Hot Dog is a good example of that. Those paws look like no others. It's crazy. But generally they look pretty similar. But yeah, Liquid Sunshine has been known to do some really shitty things in the past when it comes to copying people, and they've copied some of Splinter Fox bases, and I believe they've used some matrices patterns for feet paws and things like that, and that combined with their overall quality assurance and PR kind of gives them the bad rep that they have. But I feel like the straw that broke the camel's back, because think about this. Up until this point, they've still been receiving support, and they're even receiving some support now, considering what they just did, which basically, I'm going to do my best to summarize it. Essentially what happened was somebody commissioned them for I'm going to call it a mascot costume because it really, it's not technically a fursuit. I mean, it is technically a fursuit. Either way, it was designed to be a children's character. I think it was a children's entertainer. I'm not sure if it was like storytelling or music. I think it was one of the two. I'm not 100% sure. But what I do know is that they paid quite a lot of money for this suit from LSD. I believe it was $1,200 or maybe $1,500. It was either or. I've seen both numbers get thrown around. Again, like I said, I don't know everything about this situation. I'm just communicating what I do know to give everybody a basic outline of what's been happening. But essentially what happened was this person wasn't satisfied with the process pictures, so they wanted to change something. And it was very minor. It was a very minor change. Note the similarity to my predicament. And essentially what happened was LSD, rather than changing it like a normal fursuit maker, they locked all of their accounts and attempted to sell the suits on the dealer's den. And when they were booted off the dealer's den after people figured this out, they put it on eBay, and I actually encountered the suit on eBay. And a lot of people have been posting it and saying mass report this, because they're selling somebody else's character. They didn't change the suit at all. They're selling something that is basically somebody's character. It would be like if I made Telephone but without the muzzle ring. It's the same situation, I'm still selling Telephone. That minor change doesn't really mean much, so they really have no excuse to be doing this. And the worst part about this is that they never refunded this guy. So a lot of people in the fandom have actually banded together, and a lot of people are, willing to make free suits for this person. And from what I can tell, what ended up happening was they actually charged, they filed a chargeback, I believe, through PayPal, and actually got their money back, which was fantastic for them. I'm glad that ended up working out. But it still doesn't excuse what Liquid Sunshine has done. And what makes matters worse is the only thing that Liquid Sunshine has done, and this is actually the post that I commented on, was tell everybody that they got engaged. They made a post saying that the fandom has given me so much, and, it's given me the love of my life, and it's like, great. I'll admit, I know a lot of people don't really like marriage, and a lot of people think it's a scam. I think it's a wonderful thing, personally, but that's just me. But when it comes to a situation like this, it's really not, because you have to remember that Liquid Sunshine ran away with this money and is now trying to double it, and, they're talking about, oh, I don't care, if people see the abuse, I'm gonna stay strong. But the problem is that you're not getting abused. You're getting called out for scamming people. You're getting called out for having really, really shady business practices. You're getting called out for being generally terrible people. And again, I'm sorry, this is going to be recorded in pretty much one take, so if I misspeak, I'm sorry. Believe it or not, I can't speak perfectly because I'm only human. But the similarity between this situation and my own is quite simply the small details thing. Because, I'll admit, my paws not having claws and having unstuffed pads, it's not a big deal. Like I said in my video, I can fix that, If I really wanted claws, I would have made them by now. And, I might do that in the future. So, there's, it's not that big of a deal. And that's because, that's because I ended up getting them. I actually got the product, and it's satisfactory enough. It's not satisfactory, it's satisfactory enough for me to not really care. I still don't recommend them because their price is obscene, but they're high quality enough for me to still want to use them. Will I promote them? Will I even say they're made by Liquid Sunshine? No. Call me a scumbag for saying that after just saying you should credit people who make the stuff that you use. But listen, they don't deserve people's business. If they're going to treat their customers like this, they don't deserve people's business. And the problem with this whole situation is this is just my problem on a bigger scale, because rather than ignoring this guy, they outright scammed him and are trying to double their money, and now they're covering it up because, PayPal sided with the guy, with the client. So this is just inexcusable. It really is just inexcusable. And again, I'm so sorry that this video is so negative, but this is something that I feel like I need to address, because this is something that cannot be accepted. And it's not being accepted. A lot of people are finally starting to go against Liquid Sunshine, because like I said earlier, up until this point, Liquid Sunshine still had quite a few supporters, with me being partially one of them, because for a while I honestly couldn't decide whether I hated those or not. But this is the thing that really pushed it over the edge for me. I can't condone this. I can't defend this. This, I know I sound like a broken record, but this really is inexcusable. So please, do something about this. Whoever watches this video, report their listings. I'm going to leave a link down to the eBay listing below, and if I find any others, I'm going to add them to the description. Please report this listing, because this is unacceptable. These people really need to be ejected from the fandom. And listen, I don't like saying that. I believe everybody should, be able to stay in the fandom, except for a very select group of people. People who are dickheads, like the shittiest people should not be here. And Liquid Sunshine is one of those people. If they were like an amateur fursuit maker and their prices weren't as high, I wouldn't have really cared. But this is ridiculous. These people are professionals. They had an ad on TV. How? How does this happen? How are these people still in business? I just don't get it. And I'm sorry for getting so angry, but this has been a problem for years now. Between putting metal in fursuits and scamming people, not completing what they're supposed to, you know, charging a shit ton of money. These people managed to get a panel all about fursuit making. They were going to host a panel about fursuit making. I believe it was FurCon, Further Confusion. If I'm wrong, it'll be on the screen. I'll put it on the screen, what con it actually was. But they were going to host a panel about building fursuits. These people, the people who don't even know how to make fursuits themselves, the people whose fursuits either fall apart or can kill you. Are you kidding me? Again, I have to wonder, I'm just bewildered as to how this is able to happen. How is this allowed to happen? How have these people not been canceled yet? Now, I'm going to be honest here, I don't support cancel culture. In fact, I hate cancel culture. But this is one instance where I think somebody legitimately deserves to be canceled because they are just that bad. They are just that horrible. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Liquid Sunshine Design. Thanks for watching. My next video will be more positive, I promise. I've got a few ideas in the works. You know, I'm gonna let you guys kind of get to know me a little bit. Yeah, that's it. See ya.